Michelle Benigno with NC State University and the Science House. I'm the director of the Mountain Office, and today we're going to have some fun with food with the focus on enzymes. Potatoes are an organism. We don't think of them as an organism sometimes, but they are. We like to eat them, but they are also alive, and they make proteins inside each cell in their body. The protein we're going to talk about today is peroxidase. And peroxidase inside each cell of the potato breaks down hydrogen peroxide. Now you might be thinking, what? Potatoes don't you go out and buy hydrogen peroxide? Well, you're absolutely right. They don't. They make it inside each and every cell. It's a toxin. It's a waste product that their cells make. But they have a protein that breaks that down into two things that are good. So it takes a bad thing, a toxin, and turns it into something good. Water and oxygen. Would you like to see? So I've taken the potato and I've chopped it up. You can use a food processor, a knife, a blender, a mortar and pestle, whatever you want. Just make it into like potato mushy. That's all you need because the enzyme is in each cell. So I've made some potato mash. And now what I'm going to do is take the potato mash and put some hydrogen peroxide in it. Let's see what happens. Got the potato mash measured out. Just took a spoonful from my original container, and now I'm going to pour some hydrogen peroxide in it. And the first thing I notice is, oh my goodness, there's some bubbling occurring. Wow, that's starting to really fizz. It looks like potato really does have peroxidase enzyme in there. Uh-oh, it looks like the bubbles are about to even come out of the container. Oh dear, we might have a mess on our hands. One of the things I wonder if other living organisms that we eat happen to have peroxidase in them. I wonder if they will make bubbles when they're chopped up like the potato did. Here's some carrots. It'd be easy to do a little quick experiment to see if carrots have peroxidase. Or maybe celery. Maybe celery has it. Well, I don't know. Maybe a rutabaga. Who has a rutabaga? Me. I have one in my refrigerator. Isn't that crazy? What about liver? One experiment you may want to try is to compare the foods you just tested to see which sample creates the most bubbles or has the highest reactivity. Here are some tips. Number one, keep the type and size of the container the same for each of your samples. Number two, measure the height of the bubbles in the containers after the same amount of time has elapsed for each sample. Number three, add the same amount of fresh food or living organism to each of your containers. You may want to measure this with a food scale or a tablespoon. Number four, add the same amount of hydrogen peroxide to each of those containers. And number five, this just sums it up. Only change or vary the type of food or organism that you're using for your tests. Everything else will remain constant.